So we have a place in Portmagee called Annaghar. Now it comes from Owen, which means river, and Gar, which I always presumed was short because Gar is short. A Tligara is a shortcut in Irish. But I discovered a lovely story in Seán O'Connail's book about how Annaghar got its name. So the story is all about two boat builders called Owen and Conall. And these were one of the best pair of boat builders in the country, if not the world. And there was a king back in Rincaharrock on the very westerly side of Portmagee called King Bulgar. And King Bulgar wanted a ship of his own, a fantastic ship, the best ship that was ever built. So he employed Conall and Owen to build the ship. So they arrived and there was great farah and racket about the two shipbuilders coming, and there was food and music and a great party, and eventually the two boys sat down to work. And after a while they realised that the king wasn't the most nicest of people. I suppose he was kind of like a business person, you know. He found fault with everything and was trying to cut the price and mightn't give you exactly what he promised. And so Owen started courting a little bit with one of the maids in the house. And he started paying her little bits of money and having little chats, and he wanted to find out what King Bulgar's plan was. And he eventually found it out, that once the ship was built, it would be the best ship in the world, and all that King Bulgar would do was take the heads off the two shipbuilders, and there'd never be a ship as good as King Bulgar's boat. So the two lads came up with a plan, and as the boat was just about finished, the king came over one day and he was saying, "Now lads, is the boat finished?" And Conall said, "You know, I'm not too sure, Your Majesty. There seems a bit under the keel there, and I'm not happy with it. We might have to rip it all out and start again." And the king said, "Don't be ridiculous. You spent so much time and so much money and so much timber to rip it out again. Let me have a look." So they lifted up the boat anyway, and the king went under, and it was the keel that Conall was giving out about, and he had a look under the keel, and while he was looking, he was saying, "There's nothing wrong with this." And after a while, the two lads dropped the boat, bang! And that was the end of King Bulgar. Well, the two lads were worried now. They said, "We're after killing the king of Rincaharrock. We better get out of here quick before we're lynched." But of course, the girl was watching. She knew everything that was going on. And they just came out of the boatyard, and there they were surrounded by the people. And the girl walked up and she said, "Did ye kill King Bulgar?" And they said, "We did." And that's when the celebration started, and the partying and the dancing, and the food was brought out, and 3 or 4 days they were laughing and all the crack going on. And so they put the two lads up on their shoulders and they walked them right to the end of the bridge in Portmagee, of that river there, the boundary, and they dropped them there at Aghnagar, because Aghnagar is laughing in Irish, so it's actually the river of laughter, which is a beautiful name for a river. So that's how Annaghar got its name. A beautiful story from Seán O'Connail's book.